Hey guys, if you don't know, I do everyday plumbing, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And today we're going to talk about some AI again. Last week I showed you how AI could miss a couple things in the 1950s house. Well, we actually have another job, same situation, a patch in the ceiling, leaking, ends up being a lead bend that someone fixed and covered up and didn't fix it properly. I could actually show you the lead lines. Now, I'm also going to show you 2 or 3 other jobs that hell I use AI to confirm what I'm doing to make my job easier. And this here could be a lead bend. My first stop is a leak in the ceiling, okay? And this is the lead line that we discovered. One plumber ghosted them. It's the lead bend with the lead lines going to the tub and to the vanity. Let's check this out. Really interesting. It's a brief clip. Here you're going to see the lead bend that has been repaired and failed with clamps. You're going to see that the cast is pretty deep in the kitchen ceiling. We're going to take more down. That's the brass furrow where it connects to the cast. And when we slide to the left, you're going to see the actual repair, which is really janky and held up for quite a few years, but now it's done. That pipe there is to the tub in the background going left, and top right is the pedestal. These guys want to save the bathroom, which can be done with really hard work from below, because you're going to see how tight the lead lines are to the bottom of the floor of the bathroom. That's the tub, and to the right, that's the tub again, and then this is the pedestal going up the outside wall. Now moving upstairs, here's the bathroom. Really great shape. The lead bend goes to the left to the outside wall, right there. Picks up the pedestal, comes up the outside wall. And then the tub lead line comes out the left and comes across underneath the tub. Really tough situation from below. You're going to see the 1-inch mud walls, the cast iron tub, of course, with 12-inch centers on the faucet. Now you see how difficult this job is going to be to try and save this green and white pristine bathroom. Now, I'm a fan of old, and I think it looks really cool, and I think we can do it. I told him that, hey, the toilet position may change a little bit. We can't guarantee it, but we're going to really try like hell to put that closet flange in place where the toilet sits. We'll keep you posted. It's going to be a tough fix. Not easy, guys. All right, on to my next one. I'm going to show you what I do on a radiator valve, the options that come up with AI and how good they are. Let's take a look inside and see what Mr. AI comes up with for this particular leaking valve. You'd be really surprised. It's pretty good. Here is the radiator valve I'm talking about. I'm going to ask ChatGPT, what are my options for this valve? Okay, it's a 1-inch iron pipe radiator valve. Okay guys, we're going to go on ChatGPT, take a picture of this valve. We have a leaking stem. Let's see what it comes up with. Here we go. Yep, I see clearly an old school angle radiator valve, and it looks like a 1-inch iron pipe connection coming up from the floor. The important is where it's leaking. Around the stemmer handle, bullet point number 1, usually the packing nut. You can snug the packing nut or repack the stem. We've done that a million times out here in the field. At the union, you can sometimes take that apart. The union face / gasket issue, that can sometimes be broken apart, cleaned, and remade. I like to put pipe dope in there sometimes. If it's coming from the threads at the bottom where the valve threads into the riser, that's a bigger job. The valve really needs to come off and to be replaced or resealed. I would just reseal the threads and replace the valve. But do you see the importance of how good ChatGPT is in the fundamentals of plumbing. You gotta admit, on the radiator valve, that information was pretty stellar. From packing nut to taking apart the actual stem into the radiator and pulling it apart, maybe sanding it. I'd never sand it. I would just dope it up and retighten. Or of course, if the thread is bad, or usually it's the pipe that goes bad, or both go bad, you just change it out. But the information's really good. So if you're looking for some free AI training for plumbers, just drop your email in the link below. We got you. We're doing some good stuff here, and moving forward, there's more to come. Okay, let's go to our next job, guys. Let's get it done. Did you ever go to a dishwasher job and go to do the job and realize the plumbing's in the rear? Not like the old style dishwashers where all the drain, you could work from the front access panel. Well, guess what? I've been using AI to take a picture of the model number to give me all the information on the dishwasher. All right, guys, here is the dishwasher that they want to get replaced. And what I like to do is take a picture of the model number to get the specifications on the dishwasher without taking nothing apart to give the estimate. And I do this all the time for equipment to see where the plumbing is, because we know it comes front and back on some equipment. Let's see what we got. Okay, guys, so what I'm going to do here is we want to find out all the information on the dishwasher, mainly where the plumbing is, okay? On this is a Cove dishwasher. We're going to go to your favorite AI, whatever that may be. I can tell you it's a little hard to read because of the color tune. Here we go, your exact dishwasher. So this is the standard model without a built-in water softener. Cove's current factory settings for the DW2451 confirm all the information. Here's the plumbing part. The important part. The water supply is already part of the dishwasher assembly. Let me go a little step further. Where is the plumbing for this dishwasher? In the front or the rear of the unit? Comes out in the rear. On your exact Cove DW2451, the factory water supply tubing and drain hose route from the rear/bottom area of the dishwasher. And that's the goal part we are really looking forward to do this job. After looking up the facts, watch this little secret sauce I just found. This is actually magnetic and confirms that the plumbing's in the back. I gotta tell you, this magnetic door is a beautiful thing. And all you plumbers know, the dishwasher door can be a real drag. All right, guys, this is my last stop, the 1980s dishwasher. We'll get a picture of the tag and we'll submit it to AI. All right, guys, we got your classic 1980s dishwasher in an apartment. Let's take a look at what Claude can do for us now. Claude or ChatGPT? Let's see what can happen here. So here we have a GE dishwasher, pretty beat up, hasn't been open in years, pretty dirty. We're going to get a model number of this and see what we can find out about it. We're going to take a picture of the serial number, and we're going to do this right here. Take a pic. We're going to send this pic in and watch AI go to work. This quick is coming up with a manufacturer GE model number GSD 4100J00CC. Serial number, built-in dishwasher, electrical 120. The model number is enough to nail down the manufacturing date, original specs, and the correct parts breakdown. 22-year-old dishwasher and all the parts broken down here. Part numbers and everything that you would need to repair if you wanted to. Really, really amazing. The access. Here's the important question for the young bucks out there. Access on this GE, unlike the Cove we were dealing with earlier, you're working primarily from underneath in the front of the lower panel, that the service panel like we on the old dishwashers, okay? You pop that door off and the plumbing's right there, the wiring, and it's hardwired. What I'm telling you is the tool in your pocket to find out information, second to none, is a great helper assistant. So, unlike the Cove, look at this dishwasher. The floor is trapped, been cut around the dishwasher door. It's going to be a monster to get out, and it's tucked in that trim also behind the wall. So this was a hodgepodge floor job that typically covers the door. For you seasoned plumbers, you all know the plumbing comes out to the front, but maybe you're a newbie and you're like, oh wow, there's the water line. Where's the drain line? Drain line's up high. Maybe it connects in the back too. Nope. 80s comes through, up the front, and connects left for the hot water, and the drain is in the back but looped behind the dishwasher. AI helps. You got to confirm it. So the moral of the story is this. If you trust a phone 100%, you're going to get caught. If you go into someone's house and pretend, you're going to get caught. The best way is to acknowledge, check, double check, and then make the proper repair. Just like a carpenter. You ready? Measure twice, cut once. Some great information, pretty much on point information that can really help you out in the field. Like and subscribe. We really appreciate you following us. We're getting some good information out there. And if you want some free AI training for plumbers, drop your email in the link below. We got you. We're not stopping. We're having fun with the field knowledge that I already have. This just helps me get better, making me more informed. All right, we'll see you out there, guys. Thank you.